everyone, it's Anna and welcome to my channel. I make faith-related videos on all sorts of different topics and you guys should totally subscribe and check out my previous videos. But for today, I'm going to be talking about 5 types of friends you need to let go of and how to do that. So actually, a couple of days ago, I went on my Instagram, which if you guys don't follow my Instagram at HonestlyAnna, then you guys are totally missing out. But I put a poll on Instagram and I asked you guys if you would rather that I make a video about letting go of friends or having a good relationship with your parents. And the poll was like almost split halfway the entire time, and it just kind of sort of went back and forth, and I think the final result was 48% for the parent one and 52% for friends. And so since it was so close, I'm actually going to be doing a video about how to respect your parents and how to have a good relationship with them next week. So you guys totally tune into that, but today we are going to be talking about friends. However, before I get into that subject, I just want to give you guys a quick little life update. I have been sort of quieter on YouTube and on Instagram the past probably 2 weeks, and that has been because I've been on like 3 different trips within those 2 weeks, so it's just been a lot. Plus, I started my college classes online last week, so I just kind of needed to get a week to get into the swing of things in my new schedule. So just kind of before I get into the 5 types of friends, I just kind of want to give you guys a background on what friendships used to be like in my life. So I've always had a really hard time getting rid of friends because I felt really guilty, and I felt like if I wasn't friends with everyone, like close friends with everyone, then that made me like not loyal. And I think what I didn't realize is that I don't have to be close friends with everyone, and that my closest friends are the ones that should be pulling me up instead of pulling me down. As I've realized that, I think my friendships in my life have really changed. Now I look at my life and I'm surrounded with close friendships that are really healthy friendships. But it's been a long road to learning how to let go of friends, and definitely it's not something that I'm an expert at all. Friendship is something that you constantly have to work at in your life, and it's one of the toughest things, I think, to sort of regulate in your life. Just another quick disclaimer, this video is about close friends. So I'm all for having casual friends that are different than you, even if they have maybe a different set of moral values. Like, I think it's important that you know all kinds of different people. This is definitely about close friends and who influences you the most and who you spend the most time with, because you want to surround yourself with people who strengthen you, not pull you down. I don't want this to be a video about how to let go of a friend as soon as they mess up, because I wouldn't want someone to let go of me just the minute I mess up. So let's get started into the 5 types of friends you need to let go of and how to do that for every single type of friend. So number 1, you want to let go of friends who constantly make you feel uncomfortable. So whether this person is making fun of you whenever you're around them, or you simply just don't like things they're involved in, or whatever it is that makes you feel uncomfortable about them, it's okay to decide to spend less time with them. And that doesn't make you a bad person, and you don't have to have a specific reason about why they make you feel uncomfortable. You can just say to yourself that I don't want them as a close friend. And I think this was one of the biggest ones that I struggled with in middle school. I would let people that were my friends make fun of me, and I didn't understand that I just need to let go of that friendship. Chances are, a lot of times you want to fix your friend, but that's not how it works. Don't try to fix your friend. If they're the kind of person that you cannot be close friends with, then you just need to distance yourself from them. Don't try to fix them. The easiest way to distance yourself from this friendship is to spend less time intentionally. So whether that means saying to them when they ask you to hang out, no, I can't hang out, or don't sit at lunch with them, or just don't text or talk to them as much, try to slowly distance yourself neutrally kind of from them. However, if you feel like the situation is getting really terrible and they are constantly pulling you into like things you feel uncomfortable with, then you need to probably break that friendship up more quickly, and you just need to say to them if they ask you to hang out, sorry, I just don't think it's a good idea for me to hang out with you, period. And you kind of need to be a little more direct with them so they know where you stand and they're not constantly pestering you. A second type of friend that you need to let go of is a friend where your interests have changed and you no longer feel connected. So what I want to tell you is it's okay to have a friend that only stays for a season of life. In fact, most friends are not going to be lifelong friends. Most of your friends are just going to stay for a season of life. So whether that person is just interested in the wrong things and you no longer want to spend time with them because of that, or you just had something that connected you that you no longer really do anymore, then you don't have to feel obligated to stay in close contact with them. Honestly, just don't feel bad, because it's very rare that two people grow together and stay friends as lifelong friends. And if you have a lifelong friend, then that is amazing. But unfortunately, most of our friendships are not lifelong friendships. Also, side note, the fact that people naturally change and their interests change as they grow is a huge reason why you shouldn't start dating super young. Because I know we hear those sweet stories of, you know, someone meeting and they were 12 and like having a crush on each other and whatever, and then marrying, or like that is extremely rare and really mostly unrealistic, because as you grow as a teenager, you change so fast. And so who you're dating right now, like, can totally be a different person in the next couple of years, because as teens you change and grow so quickly. So that's just a side note. Just know that that person can change a lot, and if you decide to date really young, then you have to be willing to grow together with that person, and you don't really know who that person is going to grow into. So if you're having a person that in your life that your interests are sort of parting ways, this one is a really easy one to let go of and to end, because it sort of naturally happens. Don't feel bad if you're not keeping up. Social media is a great way to sort of keep up with people very casually. The third type of friend you need to let go of is a flaky friend. Guys, these people, we all know these people. So they're the kind of friend that they make you feel like you're not really worth spending time with, because they always make their plans really vague with you so they can cancel last minute if something better pops up and they don't want to spend time with you. And honestly, that can be one of the most like hurtful situations. Typically these people aren't loyal friends anyways, so it's okay to stop being close friends with them and to stop reaching out and constantly try to make plans to meet up with them if they're not really putting in the same effort as you are. You shouldn't have to waste your emotional energy on people that are, you know, making you feel bad. You don't want to be close friends with someone who doesn't care about you, right? So the way to sort of get rid of this friend is actually one of those friendships that can naturally fade if you just don't do anything with it. With a flaky friend, the thing is that if you don't reach out, they probably won't mind, and they probably are not going to reach out to you. Don't, you know, make them a bad person in your head either, but just, you know, don't feel down about someone not wanting to spend time with you, because that doesn't make you a bad or boring or person at all. That is just that person's choice, and you can't really change it. One thing I would say before you decide to break off a friendship where you feel like someone's being flaky is don't jump the gun on this one. You know, if someone cancels once or twice on you, doesn't mean you just like cut them off and say, you're a bad friend. That's not how it needs to be. I think as close friends, you should be able to have a conversation with that person and be honest with them and say, hey, you know, you seem to be canceling on me a lot. What's the issue? If they seem to sort of brush that off and they have an excuse, then maybe that's a reason to decide to let go of the friendship. But however, if you do feel like they have good intentions at heart and you still connect with that person, you know, I don't think you should just break up a friendship just because they cancel on you. The fourth type of friend you want to let go of is friends that are constantly using you. Friends that constantly take and don't give anything into the friendship. This one is a lot of times connected to number 3, the flaky friend. They cancel on you whenever they don't feel like hanging out, but the moment they need help, they run to you. So oftentimes a conversation with this type of person goes like this. They send you a text message randomly out of the blue after not talking to you for a long time, and they say, hey, how are you doing? And you decide to type back, actually, how you're doing. And then sometimes they sort of, you know, keep a conversation with you, but most of the time they don't even care about keeping a conversation with you, and they just jump into asking you for a favor. And honestly, these type of friends can be so frustrating, right? No one likes being used. So it's totally okay to realize that the person is using you and to set a boundary and say, you know what, I'm not gonna help this person the next time they randomly text me out of the blue to, you know, come running to their side. Whether it's that they always need help with school, or they text you when they need, you know, help at work, or they always just throw their emotional baggage at you and then don't ever care about what your life is like, then it's okay to say to yourself, they no longer need to be my close friend because they're obviously using me. You shouldn't be close friends with someone that you constantly walk away from feeling drained and just sad and like burdened down from. With this sort of friendship, I don't think you necessarily need to break it off like completely, but you definitely need to distance yourself from them and take them from being a close friend to being just a casual friend. The way you can do that is obviously if they ask you to help you with something, just say, sorry, I can't really help you with that today. And you don't even have to give them a good excuse, just say no. And I feel like that's the hardest thing with this kind of friend, because it's hard to say no. If this person is truly hurting and they're asking for a lot, that doesn't make them an inherently bad person. So I just distance myself from them, and then when I'm able to help, I go ahead and reach out to them, usually through social media, and say, hey, how are you doing? You shouldn't be close friends with someone who's constantly demanding your help or making you feel bad if you don't come rushing to their side and they just constantly take from you and never give. I think we're all sort of needy in a sense, so it's not bad if someone needs help. Just know that when you help this person, don't expect anything back from them, and set a boundary of how far you want to go with them. That's usually why you can't be close friends with them. That's usually why you need to be casual friends with them and just like help them when you're willing to help and when you have time to help. And then when you don't, just say, no, I can't, I'm sorry. Number 5, the last friend that I'm going to be talking about today that you need to let go of is someone you cannot trust. So don't feel like you are obligated to share your life, to share your emotions, to share, deep things with someone you've lost trust in. Whether it's because they've hurt you, or you don't like how they talk about other people because you feel like they might be talking behind your back too. It's okay to tell someone that, hey, you hurt me and I just need time to heal from that. And that doesn't mean you haven't forgiven them. But with this one, you often need to be a little more direct with them. You may actually need to tell them, hey, you broke my trust right now and I need time to heal from that. Or if they didn't actually, hurt you, you just for some reason don't trust them, then you can probably distance yourself more instead of just like breaking it off completely. Don't text them as much or interact with them as much. If that friendship doesn't naturally fade at that point, then you probably need to take bolder steps, but just neutrally kind of distancing yourself at first usually works. But if they definitely have hurt you, then it's totally okay to take time to heal. I feel like a lot of these things I just didn't know as a middle schooler, so whatever stage of life you guys are in, I hope those tips helped you. And if you guys have any more types of friends that you want me to talk about and how to let go of them, then leave those types in the comments below, and maybe I'll go back and do a part 2 of this video. You guys should totally subscribe so you don't miss any of my other videos, and I'll see you guys next week when I talk about how to have a good relationship with your parents. Bye!